Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodríguez began their love story in the most ordinary of places, a shop.
Classic love story of Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodríguez, fairy tale romance.
Back in 2016, Ronaldo was at the height of his fame, playing for Real Madrid, while Georgina was working as a sales assistant at a Gucci store in the Spanish capital.
Georgina Rodríguez, she was working at a Gucci store.
One day, he simply walked in, and by her own account, it was love at first sight, leaving her with butterflies in her stomach. They met again shortly afterward at a more relaxed gathering, where they could actually talk away from the cameras, and the connection was instant.
They've been going strong for almost 10 years now.
Ronaldo later admitted he had not expected it, but soon felt she was the woman of his life. He recalled picking her up after work in his flashy cars, the two of them retreating into their own private world. From that chance encounter, one of football's most famous romances was born. Cristiano Ronaldo has given a refreshingly simple answer for why it took him so long to propose. He was waiting for the right moment. Despite years of speculation and the occasional wild rumor, there was never one dramatic reason behind the long engagement. In their Netflix series, Ronaldo explained his thinking, telling Georgina he was waiting for a certain click and promising he was completely sure it would happen, whether in a month, 6 months, or a year. He repeated the same idea years later, saying that good things happen at the right time. For Ronaldo, marriage was never a question of if, only when. He simply trusted that he would know the perfect moment when it finally arrived, and he refused to force something so important before it felt completely right. As it turned out, that instinct served him well. Cristiano Ronaldo treated Georgina Rodríguez as his wife for years before any ring appeared, which helps explain why there was never a rush. In his eyes and in the way they lived their lives, the two were already a fully committed couple, raising a family together. Ronaldo would publicly refer to Georgina as his wife at award ceremonies and in heartfelt birthday tributes, long before the official engagement. Georgina, for her part, once said the two of them already felt married in the eyes of God. Because their bond was already so settled and secure, a formal proposal simply was not an urgent priority. They had built a real and lasting partnership, and a wedding felt more like a beautiful final touch than a missing piece. When you already feel completely committed, there is far less pressure to rush the paperwork. Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodríguez spent their years together building a large and loving blended family, which became the center of their world. Across their relationship, the household grew into a busy home full of children. Ronaldo's eldest son, Cristiano Jr., was born in 2010, and the family expanded with twins Eva and Mateo, born in 2017, followed soon after by Ilana Martina, Georgina's first child. Years later, they welcomed little Bella Esmeralda. Raising so many children together, across different countries and through the demands of a global football career, took enormous focus and energy. Much of their attention naturally went into family life, rather than wedding planning. In many ways, the strength of their partnership was proven daily through the family they were raising side by side, building the kind of foundation that made an eventual engagement feel like a natural next step. Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodríguez faced a heartbreaking moment in 2022 that deepened their bond in a profound way. While expecting twins, the couple endured the devastating loss of their baby boy, Angel, while their daughter Bella Esmeralda thankfully arrived safely. In a tender joint statement at the time, they shared their deepest sadness, saying that only the arrival of their baby girl gave them the strength to face the moment with some hope. Ronaldo has since reflected that this painful chapter actually brought the two of them closer than ever, saying that during that difficult period, they grew even more united as a couple. Going through such a profound sorrow together tested and strengthened their relationship in ways nothing else could. It is a reminder that the couple's journey was not only one of glamour and fame, but also of very real and human moments. Cristiano Ronaldo's globe-trotting football career meant the family was almost constantly on the move, which kept shifting the timing of any wedding. Over the years of their relationship, Ronaldo changed clubs and countries several times. He left Real Madrid in Spain for Juventus and Italy, then returned to England with Manchester United, before making a landmark move to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia at the end of 2022. Each transfer meant uprooting the entire family, finding new homes and new schools, and settling the children into completely different countries and cultures. With so much upheaval and so many fresh starts, life rarely stood still long enough for a big celebration. The right moment Ronaldo kept talking about was, in part, a moment of stability that the whirlwind of his career kept pushing further down the road. Only once life grew calmer did the timing finally feel right. Cristiano Ronaldo's long-awaited proposal, when it finally came, was completely unplanned and beautifully spontaneous. Speaking about it later, Ronaldo revealed it happened around 1 o'clock in the morning. A friend had been holding the ring for him, and almost on impulse, he decided this was the moment. As he went to offer Georgina the ring, 2 of his daughters wandered in and asked if he was about to ask their mother to marry him. That innocent question was the final push. Ronaldo said it was then that he truly realized it was the right moment to say yes. By his own admission, he was not fully prepared, did not get down on one knee, and instead simply made a heartfelt speech, calling himself romantic in his own way. After 9 years of waiting, the big moment arrived not by careful design, but by pure, genuine feeling. Georgina Rodríguez shared the joyful news of her engagement with the world in August 2025, ending nearly a decade of speculation. She announced it on social media in the most romantic way, posting a photograph of her dazzling diamond ring with a caption that translated to, "Yes, I do, in this and in all my lives." The ring itself became an instant talking point, an enormous oval diamond that experts estimated to be worth millions, making it one of the most talked about celebrity rings in recent memory. Fans around the world celebrated the announcement, having watched and waited through the couple's long romance. For all the speculation over the years about when or even if the pair would marry, Georgina's simple and heartfelt words finally gave everyone the answer. After so many years together, the most famous yes in football was finally official. Cristiano Ronaldo and Georgina Rodríguez have chosen to hold their wedding only after one more enormous milestone passes, the 2026 World Cup. Ronaldo has said the couple plan to marry once the tournament is over, even joking that he hopes to arrive at his own wedding holding the Champions Trophy. It is a fitting plan for a man whose life has always revolved around the beautiful game, choosing to settle his sporting dreams before his personal celebration. Georgina, who reportedly prefers something private and intimate rather than a giant spectacle, is said to favor a smaller, more personal ceremony. After meeting in a shop, raising a house full of children, and weathering both triumph and sorrow together, the couple are finally ready to make it official. Their long and patient love story is set to reach its happy ending right after football's greatest stage. Cristiano Ronaldo reached a milestone in 2025 that no footballer in history had ever touched.
You became a billionaire last week.
I'm a billionaire so many years ago.
In October of that year, the respected Bloomberg Billionaires Index, which tracks the fortunes of the world's wealthiest people, valued his net worth at negative $16.4 billion.
So for me, it's not a big deal.
With that, he became the first footballer ever to join the Billionaire Club, sitting alongside names like Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, and Roger Federer. It was a remarkable achievement for a man still actively playing the game at the age of 40, long past the point where most stars have hung up their boots.
I have opportunity to be and work in the zone that I feel comfortable.
What pushed him over the line was a new contract with the Saudi club Al Nassr, signed earlier that year.
I'm so proud to make this big decision in my life, in football.
Bloomberg estimated he had earned more than $550 million in club wages alone between 2002 and 2023, before his Saudi move sent his income soaring even higher. Ronaldo himself spoke about the moment with quiet pride, saying he had always known it would happen and that he felt prepared for it. For a sport watched by billions, it had taken until 2025 for a single player to reach this extraordinary height. Cristiano Ronaldo's journey to a billion-dollar fortune began in the most humble way imaginable. He grew up in a working-class family on the Portuguese island of Madeira, where his father worked as a kit man and his mother as a cook. Money was tight in the household, and the family's circumstances were modest, but his talent was impossible to miss. As a boy of just 12, he was brought to the Youth Academy of Sporting Lisbon, and the modest fee involved in that early move was around negative £16,500. It is a number worth pausing on. The same person whose worth would one day be measured in billions once changed hands for the price of a second-hand car. From those beginnings, he rose with astonishing speed, making his senior debut as a teenager, scoring twice in one of his earliest league games, and quickly catching the eye of some of the biggest clubs in Europe. Within a year, one of the most famous teams in the world would come calling. The boy worth negative £16,500 was about to become priceless. Cristiano Ronaldo's transfer to Real Madrid in 2009 shattered the record books. He had arrived at Manchester United back in 2003 as a skinny, unproven 18-year-old signed for around £12 million, a record at the time for a teenager in England. 6 dazzling years later, having won 3 league titles, the Champions League, and his first Ballon d'Or, he was ready for the biggest stage of all. Real Madrid paid a fee of around £80 million to bring him to Spain, and at that moment it was the highest sum ever paid for any footballer anywhere on earth. What followed only justified the price. Over 9 seasons in Madrid, he became the club's all-time leading scorer, with a barely believable 450 goals, lifted the Champions League 4 more times, and collected 4 further Ballon d'Or awards. His salary climbed steadily alongside his fame, eventually reaching tens of millions a year and making him one of the best-paid individuals in the entire history of the sport. The record-breaking move was not just a headline, it was the launchpad for the fortune to come. One of the largest single pieces of Cristiano Ronaldo's wealth has nothing to do with his club wages. In 2016, the sportswear giant Nike signed him to what was reported to be a lifetime deal worth around negative $16 billion. It placed him in the rarest of company. Only 2 other athletes in history, the basketball legends Michael Jordan and LeBron James, had ever been given a lifetime agreement by the brand. The reason was simple. Ronaldo was and remains one of the most marketable human beings on the planet. And every time he wore the famous swoosh in front of his enormous audience, the value flowed straight back to the company. Analysts once calculated that in a single year, his posts mentioning the brand generated close to $500 million in media value for Nike, a return that dwarfs what the company pays him. The exact figures have never been officially confirmed, but reports suggest he earns somewhere around $18 to $20 million from the deal every single year. It is the kind of partnership that keeps paying long after the final whistle has blown. Cristiano Ronaldo's move to Saudi Arabia rewrote the limits of what a footballer could earn. At the very end of 2022, after a second spell at Manchester United came to a close, he agreed to join the Saudi club Al Nassr, and the contract instantly became the most valuable in the history of the sport, reportedly worth around $200 million a year once commercial income was included. Then, in June 2025, he signed an extension that was even more staggering. Reports valued the new 2-year deal at more than $400 million and described it as including a 15% ownership stake in the club itself, along with a large signing bonus and performance rewards. Crucially, earnings in Saudi Arabia are tax-free, which means far more of that money stays in his pocket than it ever would have in Europe, where top earners can lose nearly half to tax. This was the deal that finally tipped his personal fortune past $1 billion. At an age when most players have long since retired, Ronaldo was somehow earning more than at any point in his career. Cristiano Ronaldo's wealth stretches far beyond his wages and his sponsors into a business empire built around his own initials. The letters CR7, drawn from his name and his shirt number, have become a brand in their own right. Under that name, he has launched fragrances, underwear, footwear, and clothing lines sold around the world. He has invested in a chain of hotels in partnership with a major Portuguese hotel group, with locations stretching from Lisbon and his native Madeira to Madrid, New York, and Marrakesh. He has opened fitness gyms, a series of hair restoration clinics, and even put his name to a brand of mineral water. There is also a museum on Madeira dedicated to his trophies and his story. The idea behind it all is simple but powerful. Rather than only being paid to advertise other people's products, Ronaldo turned himself into the product. It is the mark of someone thinking well past his playing days, deliberately building income streams designed to outlast his time on the field and keep earning for decades. Part of what makes Cristiano Ronaldo so extraordinarily wealthy is something money cannot directly buy: the biggest audience of any human being alive. He was the first person ever to reach 500 million followers on Instagram, and his total following across all social platforms now runs into the hundreds of millions more, a reach larger than the population of most countries on Earth. This vast audience is itself a fortune-making machine. A single post from Ronaldo can be worth a reported sum approaching $1 million to a sponsor, because no other individual can place a product in front of so many eyes at once. It explains why brands compete so fiercely to be associated with him, and why his income away from football rivals the enormous salary he earns on it. He has used that platform to promote everything from sportswear to watches to technology brands, each partnership adding another stream to his wealth. In the modern age, attention itself is a kind of currency, and no one on earth holds more of it than Cristiano Ronaldo. In the long rivalry between Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, the race to $1 billion was one contest Ronaldo won clearly. Back in 2020, Forbes reported that Ronaldo had become the first footballer in history to earn negative $16 billion over the course of his career, edging ahead of his great rival. He was only the third athlete ever to reach that mark while still playing, after the golfer Tiger Woods and the boxer Floyd Mayweather, and the very first to do it in a team sport. It is worth being precise here, because two different milestones are often mixed up. That 2020 record was for total career earnings, the money flowing in over a lifetime. The billionaire status he reached in 2025 measured his net worth, the wealth he had actually kept. Ronaldo was the first footballer to do both. Messi, widely regarded as his equal on the pitch, crossed the same career earnings line afterward and reached the billionaire rankings later still. The two men have shared trophies and Ballon d'Or awards for well over a decade, but when it came to becoming football's first billion-dollar name, Ronaldo got there first. Cristiano Ronaldo has confirmed that the 2026 tournament was the last World Cup of his extraordinary career.
Definitely yes, because I'm enjoying the moment.
At 41 years old, the Portuguese superstar had long hinted that this would be his farewell to football's greatest stage, and he made it official around the event.
I will be 41 years old. When I mean soon, it's really soon.
For a player who first appeared at a World Cup all the way back in 2006 as a young man, it marked the closing of an incredible chapter spanning 2 full decades. Fans around the world knew they were watching history.
I have opportunity to be and work in the zone that I feel comfortable.
The final act of one of the game's true giants on the biggest platform of all. Ronaldo approached it with his trademark determination, desperate to finally lift the one prize that had always escaped him. Sadly,
I'm enjoying the moment.
As the world would soon see, his last dance at the World Cup was destined to end not in the glory he craved, but in heartbreak. Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup journey came to a painful end at the hands of neighbors and rivals Spain. On July 6, 2026, in Arlington, Texas, Portugal faced Spain in the round of 16, the knockout stage where a single loss means elimination. It was a tense, cagey encounter between two proud footballing nations who share the Iberian Peninsula, with both sides canceling each other out for long stretches. Ronaldo, leading his country as captain, battled hard, but found few clear openings against Spain's excellent goalkeeper, who was enjoying a record-breaking run of shutouts. As the match wore on and remained goalless, it looked as though it might head to extra time. Instead, a cruel late twist was waiting. Portugal's hopes and Ronaldo's final dream of World Cup glory would be dashed in the most agonizing fashion imaginable, right at the death of the contest. Cristiano Ronaldo's last World Cup was ended by a single heartbreaking goal deep into stoppage time. The match against Spain had remained locked at 0-0 right up until the very final moments, with both teams seemingly settling in for extra time. Then, in the first minute of second half stoppage time, Spain struck. A substitute named Mikel Merino, who had only just come on, slipped behind the tiring Portuguese defense and calmly slotted the ball low into the net past goalkeeper Diogo Costa. It was the only goal of the entire game, and it arrived at the worst possible instant for Portugal. With no time left to respond, Ronaldo and his teammates were stunned. A header from a substitute sailed narrowly over the bar in the dying seconds, but it was not to be. One moment of quality had ended everything. Cristiano Ronaldo walked off the pitch in tears as the reality of his World Cup exit sank in. When the final whistle blew and Portugal's elimination was confirmed, the emotion of the moment overwhelmed the 41-year-old legend. Visibly heartbroken, he wiped tears from his eyes as he turned to applaud the Portuguese fans who had roared him on throughout his career. It was a deeply human image of one of the sport's most dominant figures, a man who has won almost everything, coming to terms with the fact that his lifelong ambition of a World Cup would now never be realized. Speaking afterward, Ronaldo said he was sad to be leaving in this way, but insisted he had given his all and could walk away with a clear conscience. He had left everything on the field, but this time, it simply was not enough. Cristiano Ronaldo shared a touching moment with a teenage opponent that many saw as a symbolic passing of the torch. As Ronaldo stood heartbroken after the final whistle, Spain's brilliant young forward, Lamine Yamal, still a teenager, approached the veteran to console him. The image of the 18-year-old, widely tipped as one of the faces of football's future, comforting the 41-year-old icon of its recent past, quickly spread around the world. It captured a beautiful truth about the sport, that even in the heat of fierce rivalry, there remains deep respect between its greatest talents across the generations. For years, Ronaldo has been the standard that every young player measured themselves against. Now, on his World Cup farewell, one of the brightest new stars stepped forward to pay his respects. It was a poignant, gentle end to a fierce contest between two great nations. Cristiano Ronaldo still etched his name deeper into the record books during his final World Cup, even in defeat. Earlier in the tournament, he achieved something no footballer had ever done before, becoming the first player in history to score at 6 separate World Cups, having found the net in every edition from 2006 onward. He scored 3 times across the 2026 tournament, including 2 goals in a single dominant performance against Uzbekistan. By the end of his run, he had racked up an incredible 27 World Cup appearances, the second most of any player ever, behind only his great rival. He also stands as the all-time leading scorer in men's international football. So while his final tournament ended in sorrow, Ronaldo departed the World Cup stage as a genuine record breaker, still reaching milestones at an age when most players have long retired. Cristiano Ronaldo will retire having never won the one trophy he wanted most of all, the World Cup. For all his staggering achievements, this remains the single glaring gap in an otherwise unmatched collection of honors. Across his glittering career, Ronaldo has won league titles in multiple countries, lifted the Champions League 5 times, and claimed the game's top individual award on 5 occasions. With his national team, he famously led Portugal to glory at the European Championship in 2016 and won 2 Nations League titles. Yet the World Cup, the sport's ultimate prize, always slipped through his fingers. His best run came way back in 2006, on his debut, when Portugal reached the semifinals. Despite 6 attempts spread across 20 years, the trophy simply was never meant to be his. It is the bittersweet footnote to one of the most decorated careers the game has ever known. Cristiano Ronaldo's final World Cup also brought an abrupt end to his national team manager's reign. In the immediate aftermath of the loss to Spain, Portugal's coach, Roberto Martinez, announced that he was stepping down from his role. He explained that it was the end of a cycle and that the team needed a fresh voice going forward, noting that he had come to Portugal specifically to win the World Cup, and without achieving that, he felt there was no reason to continue. Martinez had led the side for around 3.5 years, a period that did include a Nations League triumph. He also paid a warm tribute to Ronaldo, calling him an exemplary captain and a true icon of the game who deserves to be celebrated. His departure means Portugal now enters a new era, seeking a new manager just as its greatest ever player says goodbye to the World Cup. Cristiano Ronaldo may have played his last World Cup, but this is not the end of his football career entirely. While he has confirmed that the 2026 tournament was his final appearance at a World Cup, he has been careful not to announce a complete retirement. In fact, he stated afterward that he would take time to reflect and be with his family, and would not rush into any major decisions about his future. Ronaldo remains under contract with his club, Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, which he is signed with into 2027, so he fully intends to keep playing club football for now. Whether he will ever pull on the Portugal shirt again for other competitions remains an open question that only he can answer. For now, the great champion is simply saying farewell to the World Cup, not to the sport he has graced so brilliantly. Cristiano Ronaldo shedding tears at a World Cup was a heartbreaking scene the world had actually witnessed once before, 4 years earlier. Back in 2022, at the tournament held in Qatar, Ronaldo's Portugal were knocked out in the quarterfinals, losing to a spirited Morocco side who made history as the first African team to reach the semifinals. On that occasion, the then 37-year-old had spent much of the knockout stage on the substitutes bench, a difficult period in his career, and he came on only in the second half, unable to change the result. When the loss was confirmed, he left the field in floods of tears, walking straight down the tunnel alone, and many assumed then that his World Cup story was over. Remarkably, he returned 4 years later for one final attempt in 2026, only for his journey to end in tears once again. Cristiano Ronaldo's greatest argument is written in the record books. He has scored more goals than anyone in the history of the sport.
Because I realize the goals for our positions, it's more important.
By the middle of 2026, Ronaldo had netted around 975 goals across his club and international career, a staggering tally that no footballer has ever reached.
And of course, to score 2 goals was the best, unbelievable day too.
He built it across 5 clubs in 4 different countries, including a club record at Real Madrid. And he is now closing in on the almost unthinkable milestone of negative 16,000 career goals.
And for me, it's amazing because you can control a little bit better.
His supporters point out that he even reached the famous 900 goal mark first, getting there in 2024, well over a year before his great rival. While Lionel Messi has also passed 900 goals, an extraordinary feat in itself, he trails Ronaldo by roughly 60.
He's a Lionel. I mean, he can't go wrong.
For those who believe the ultimate job of a forward is to score, Ronaldo's place at the very top of that list is the single most powerful point in his favor. Cristiano Ronaldo is the most prolific goal scorer in the history of men's international football, a record his fans hold up with enormous pride. Playing for Portugal, Ronaldo has found the net 145 times for his country, more than any man who has ever pulled on a national shirt. He long ago surpassed the previous record, held for years by the Iranian forward Ali Daei, and then pushed the mark to heights that may stand for generations. He has now also played more international matches than anyone in the men's game, reaching 230 appearances in 2026. Lionel Messi's total for Argentina, while magnificent at over 120 goals, sits more than 20 behind Ronaldo's world record. For Ronaldo's supporters, leading the entire planet in international scoring across nearly 2 decades of service is proof of a commitment to his country that stands above all others. Cristiano Ronaldo owns the record books of the Champions League, Europe's most prestigious club competition. He is the all-time leading scorer in the tournament's history with 140 goals, ahead of Lionel Messi. But his supporters argue the most telling number lies deeper. Ronaldo has scored more goals in the knockout rounds than anyone ever, the high-pressure matches where the trophy is actually won or lost, rather than easier early games. He is the only player to score in 3 separate finals, and he was the driving force behind Real Madrid's remarkable run of 3 titles in a row. He has lifted the trophy 5 times in total, one more than Messi. For those who judge greatness by who delivers on the biggest nights, when everything is on the line and the whole world is watching, Ronaldo's record in this competition is the ultimate evidence. Cristiano Ronaldo has proven himself in a way no other footballer can claim, by conquering 4 different countries. This is one of the strongest pillars of his case. Ronaldo is the only player in history to win league titles and finish as the top scorer in 4 separate nations: England, Spain, Italy, and Saudi Arabia. He won 3 straight Premier League crowns with Manchester United, league titles with Real Madrid in Spain, back-to-back titles with Juventus in Italy, and most recently the Saudi League with Al Nassr. Each country brought a different style, a different climate, and a different challenge, and he mastered them all. His supporters contrast this with Lionel Messi, who spent the overwhelming majority of his career at one club, Barcelona, in a single league perfectly suited to him. Succeeding everywhere he went, they argue, is the true mark of an adaptable, complete champion. Cristiano Ronaldo did something for his country that no one had ever managed before him. He made Portugal winners. For all its proud football history, Portugal had never lifted a single major trophy until Ronaldo led them to glory. Under his captaincy, the nation has now won 3, beginning with the European Championship in 2016, where he inspired his team to victory even after being forced off the final through injury. They later added 2 Nations League titles, becoming the first country to win that competition twice. His supporters frame this as a crucial point in the debate. Lionel Messi's Argentina was already one of the giants of world football, with a rich winning tradition behind it. Portugal, a small nation, had won nothing at all until Ronaldo personally carried them to the summit. Lifting a country onto his shoulders, they argue, is greatness of a rare kind. Cristiano Ronaldo, at the remarkable age of 41, is still rewriting football history, something almost unheard of in the sport. While most players his age retired long ago, Ronaldo continues to perform at the highest level. In the 2026 season, he scored 28 goals to lead Al Nassr to the title. And at the 2026 World Cup, he made history once again, becoming the first player ever to score at 6 different World Cups, spanning all the way back to 2006. He has now found the net in 24 consecutive calendar years. His supporters credit this to almost superhuman professional discipline, a meticulous approach to fitness, diet, and recovery that has kept his body at an elite level for over 2 decades. This extraordinary longevity, they argue, is the ultimate proof of greatness. Sustaining brilliance for this long is something no rival has ever matched. Cristiano Ronaldo's influence stretches far beyond the pitch, making him arguably the most famous athlete on the planet. He is the most followed person on the entire Instagram platform, with around 668 million followers, and he was the first human being ever to pass 1 billion followers across all social media combined, a reach larger than most countries. He also became football's first billionaire in 2025, and he regularly tops the list of the world's highest paid athletes, recently estimated to earn around $275 million a year. His brand empire spans hotels, fashion, fragrances, fitness, and healthcare, all built around his famous initials. His supporters argue that while popularity is not the same as talent, this global influence is unmatched by Lionel Messi or anyone else, and reflects a level of worldwide impact that sets Ronaldo apart as a cultural phenomenon as much as a sporting one. Cristiano Ronaldo is celebrated by his supporters as the most complete goal scorer the game has ever seen. Where many great forwards rely on one favored method, Ronaldo can hurt opponents in every way imaginable. He scores with his stronger right foot and his weaker left, both equally dangerous. And he is widely regarded as the finest header of the ball in football history, having surpassed the legendary record for headed goals. He is a specialist from free kicks and ice cool from the penalty spot. His leaping ability is famous, with his head reaching heights that rival professional basketball players when he climbs for a header. He has also reinvented his role over time, from a tricky flying winger in his youth to a deadly central finisher in his later years. This blend of power, technique, and adaptability, his supporters argue, makes him the more versatile and physically dominant of the two. Lionel Messi's supporters have a powerful response to all of this, which is exactly why the debate never ends. Their trump card is the 2022 World Cup, the one trophy that always escaped Ronaldo, which Messi lifted while being named the tournament's best player. At the 2026 World Cup, he extended his own record as the competition's all-time leading scorer. Messi also holds 8 Ballon d'Or awards, given to the world's best player, to Ronaldo's 5, the most anyone has ever won. Beyond the trophies, his admirers point to his artistry, his record-breaking creativity as the all-time leader in assists, and his peak years, which many regard as the highest a footballer has ever reached. The honest truth is that both men have a genuine claim, and which one is better may forever come down to what each fan values most.
Neymar was born on the 5th of February 1992 in Brazil, and Cristiano Ronaldo was born on February 5th, 1985 in Portugal. And yeah, coincidentally, they're both born on the exact same day. However, Ronaldo is 7 years older. Now, when it came to adopting a career in football, Neymar got his name from his father, who was also a football player, and his father went on to be his advisor. Ronaldo's father was a municipal gardener, but it's his father that was the cause of him getting into football in the first place. Both Ronaldo and Neymar started at a very early age. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at what club teams they played for. Neymar plays for the Spanish club FC Barcelona, whereas Cristiano Ronaldo plays for Real Madrid. And in terms of the national football teams, Neymar is captain of the Brazilian national football team, whereas Cristiano Ronaldo is captain of the Portugal national team. They also both play as forwards, and of course, both are extremely talented players in their own way. In terms of their social media ranking, Ronaldo beats Neymar in social media popularity. Ronaldo is considered one of the most talked about football/soccer players on the internet, but many think Neymar may be a better player. And guys, from time to time again, I may go back from saying football or soccer. I live in Canada, we call it soccer here, but I know most of you call it football. So football's soccer, you might hear both words slip out. Now, when we look at Neymar's stats by his 25th birthday, they blow Cristiano Ronaldo's out of the water. With 280 total goals for the club, excluding friendly matches, Neymar has almost twice as many goals as Ronaldo did at the same age. Alright, now let's look at the endorsements and the money, the dollar bills. Neymar has signed many endorsement deals since the age of 17. He became a brand ambassador for Nike and Panasonic in the year 2011, and he has been signed for Unilever, Red Bull, as well as Volkswagen. His sponsorships earn him an estimated $24 million a year. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo, he of course has advertised for really big brands like Emporio Armani, Nike, Coca-Cola, Motorola. Ronaldo has also been on Forbes' list of the world's highest paid football players twice, and he's one of the world's most marketable athletes, and so is Neymar. When we compare their goal scoring statistics, both of them very phenomenal stats. If you look at the stats for 2013 to 2014, Neymar played 41 club matches for his club team and scored 15 goals. Ronaldo holds a record for most official goals scored in the top 5 European leagues, 370, and the UEFA Champions League, 113, and the UEFA European Championship, 29, as well as the most goals scored in a UEFA Championship League season, 17, and he also scored more than 600 pro career goals at the club and country levels combined. The International Federation of Football History and Stats listed the top goal scorers for the year 2014. Cristiano Ronaldo topped the list, scoring 20 goals, 5 of them scored for Portugal and 15 for Real Madrid. Neymar got 19 goals, 15 for Brazil and 4 for Barcelona. Now, both of these superstar players are very expensive. Ronaldo is paid more than Neymar. Ronaldo holds the number 1 position, whereas Neymar is at number 6, according to the unofficial ranking for the top paid football players. But it's believed to be pretty accurate. Ronaldo has a total annual earning of $80 million, whereas Neymar has an annual earnings of $33.4 million. And final thing I want to look at is their achievements and awards. So what have they both won? Ronaldo has won the Ballon d'Or award 4 times, along with the FIFA World Player of the Year award in 2008. And Neymar has potential to win these awards too. He won the 2011 FIFA Puskas Award, the 2011 South American Footballer of the Year award, also for the first time. Okay guys, so there we have the 2 of the top players in football currently. And I mean, like, some would argue 2 of the top players of all time. So first up, I'm going to be introducing Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's 33 years old and he plays for the club teams Real Madrid from 2009 to present, and he played for Manchester United from 2003 to 2009. He also played for Sporting Lisbon from 2002 to 2003. Ronaldo's nationality is Portuguese, and we took a look at the awards that he's won. He's won Ballon d'Or 5 times. That was in the year 2017, 2016, 2014, 2013, and 2008. And this was all done when he was on Manchester United. He also won the Best FIFA Men's Player twice in the year 2016 and 2017. Now that's pretty impressive. Now let's take a look at Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi, he's 30 years of age, and the club team that he plays for is Barcelona, and that's from 2004 to this present date. Lionel Messi is an Argentine from the country Argentina, and he's won the Ballon d'Or award 5 times in the year 2015, 2012, 2011, 2010, and 2009. Now, in looking further into their statistics, this is how Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo match up with goals, hat tricks, and goal ratios. Now, this excludes friendly matches, by the way. Ronaldo has 653 total goals and 207 assists in 908 appearances. Messi has 612 goals and 249 assists in 758 appearances. In terms of hat tricks, Ronaldo has 50, Messi has 46. And the career goal ratio for Ronaldo is 0.72 goals per game, and Messi is at 0.81 goals per game. And just to clarify, that was for the all-time career goals for the country level as well as their club level. So let's break down these numbers and take a look at what they did at the club level and then what they did for their national team level. At the club level, Ronaldo has 572 goals and 180 assists in 759 appearances. Messi has 551 goals and 12 assists in 635 appearances. For the hat tricks at the club level, Ronaldo has 45 and Messi has 41. And the club goal ratio for Ronaldo is 0.75 goals per game, and Messi is 0.87 goals per game. At their international level, when they play for their national teams, Ronaldo has 81 goals and 27 assists in 149 appearances for Portugal. Messi has 61 goals and 37 assists in 123 appearances for Argentina. The total number of hat tricks for Ronaldo is 5, and Messi also is 5, so they're equal there. And when it comes to their international career goal ratio, Ronaldo is at 0.54 goals and Messi is at 0.50 goals. Now let's take a look at the number of trophies that they won at the club level and also at the international level. First up, I want to look at Ronaldo's club honors. He's won the Premier League title 3 times, and the FA Cup, he's won that once. The English Football League Cup, he's won that twice. 2 La Liga titles, 2 Copa del Rey titles. He's won the Spanish Super Cup twice. The UEFA Champions League, he won that 4 times. And the UEFA Super Cup, he's won that twice. And when it comes to the FIFA Club World Cup, he's won 4 awards. But for his international honors, he's only won the UEFA European Championship title, and that was once in the year 2016. Now moving on to Lionel Messi's club honors. Messi has 8 La Liga titles. He has 6 Copa del Rey honors, and the Spanish Super Cup, he's won that 6 times. The UEFA Championships League, 4 times for that, and the UEFA Super Cup, 3 times. And then for the FIFA Club World Cup, he's won 3 of those. Now, in terms of his international honors, he's won the FIFA U20 World Cup once, and that was in the year 2005. And then he has an Olympic gold medal in the year 2008.